A reaction video in this economy? Brother, you got to find something better to do. Give us some of your original content. Tell us something different. Oh, ADHD medications are bad? We'll see about that. This video has come up on my feed for like an eternity, and I always avoid watching it because this kind of stuff actually a little bit makes me uncomfortable. I'm going to be totally honest, because I've been through the gamut of ADHD medications, and ADHD content, and I'm currently deep diving into the phenomenology of ADHD influencers. And this particular video, I said, I've been avoiding watching it. Why don't I take the plunge with you? It can't be that bad. You should read my book, Hocus Focus. It chronicles my experience of ADHD medication throughout my life. If you don't like this video, you definitely should read it, because I'm actually not really that funny in it. It's pretty darn serious, but it's still, I think, the best ADHD memoir out there. It just hasn't gotten the love it deserves. Just like, all right, let's watch this video. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I haven't watched this video. I haven't watched this video at all.
Does my ADHD medication stop my creativity? I don't think so. Actually, I think in fact the opposite might be true. I think I might be a little bit too dependent on my ADHD medication to fuel my creativity. I'll explain.
So he says that he may have been too dependent on ADHD medications to fuel his creativity. This is true. When I was on ADHD medications, I would have creative productivity. I was a bookbinding maven. I had a bookbinding business, and the bookbinding business was really good. But when I stopped taking the ADHD medication, it wasn't that I couldn't have creative ideas. It was that I couldn't have creative output. And still, if I had to come up with a symptom of ADHD that remains for me, it's the creative ideas without the means to produce the output. Onward. Nice shot. Oh, yep. That's an amphetamine salt.
I've always considered myself to be a creative person.
Crazy doing
and when I
drugs in
found out
video.
I had ADHD, I kind of attributed the creative part of myself to ADHD. And I also attributed my inability to be able to focus throughout the day also to my ADHD. And
This is an ADHD phenomenon I'd like to bring up, because it's one that in my curious studies, I think that I've come up with a certain perspective that tickles me in a way. It's that this ADHD compartmentalization, that there is me and there is my ADHD, and those things are interacting with each other as if, ADHD is some kind of devil on my shoulder that's like has something to say, and I wanted to do this, but my ADHD is like giving your ADHD an anthropomorphized voice that is separate from you. I think is unproductive, because I think that you don't have ADHD. ADHD doesn't have you. ADHD is just a set of behaviors.
how can I be creative if I can't sit down and focus and create?
Yeah, maybe you have the idea, but you don't have the output. So creativity alone is not just an idea. Creativity on itself is the act of doing. I could think of reacting to Pierson's video. I could think about it all day. I'm not creative. But until I sit down, put on the wig, and crack open a seltzer, I haven't created anything.
Felt like all the times that I had been creative in the past was kind of like catching lightning in a bottle. It didn't happen super often, but when it did, I was able to hyper-focus, be really creative with it, and get done whatever I had set out to do. And so before getting medicated, I kind of thought that medication would at least solve my focusing problem, but I was kind of worried that it would just turn me into a robot of sorts.
If I didn't know better, I'd say he was a robot. Nah.
Because one of the great things about ADHD is your thoughts are going so many different places all the time, and you have so many of them. And so, like I said, I attributed my...
See, the thing I think about the medications, let's say this is true, that when you're experiencing the set of behaviors or consciousness that is ADHD, your thoughts go all over the places with so many ideas happening all at once. The medications that they give you for this condition doesn't stop that. I think, in fact, it just gives you more arms and a more fastidious nature in order to catch these ideas and to follow them, sometimes for 36 hours at a time.
ADHD, with all of that scatterness and all of those great ideas coming every once in a while.
Not all great ideas. Recently I went through all of my journals from my time with ADHD medications, And I, used to think that on Adderall I was some kind of maven of thought, that I was very, because I remember thoughts coming out of me like vomit that I couldn't stop. Like I was like brilliance just channeling through me. And when I actually visited these Notebooks or McGurd, I realized that that was kind of a delusion that may have been a combination of youth and amphetamines that gave me this grandeur thought that made me think that my thoughts were really special, when these ideas weren't that great. In fact, I read like a whole span of notebooks throughout the course of like 20 years, and realized that I've matured the most and had the best ideas sober and grown up.
I thought that if I were to take a medication that just made me focus, that all those ideas wouldn't be coming the same way. I thought that it would limit me.
So what's
I've
good?
been on Adderall for a little over 2 months now, and I can
2 months, still in the honeymoon phase. This guy, you're just Ty. If you see this video, know that I took Adderall for Adderall and Dexedrine for about 16 years. So you're looking at a vet right here. I'm looking forward to hearing this 2-month review. Maybe I'm being a little cocky that I've probably had more Adderall than you. But, I've also been off it for 12 years. So let's hear.
definitely say it doesn't stop my creativity. If anything, it helps those lightning in a bottle moments happen more regularly. If I were to sum up what medication personally does for me, it puts my chaotic mind into one room so I can just sit down and focus.
Yeah, it did that. I remember when I took medication, something I used to always say is, I really feel like I'm actually taking my time. Off this was the good. And I'm curious to hear what his ugly perception is. But that off the medication, it felt like time took me, that I was just along for the ride. And it felt like on the medication, because I wasn't thinking about anything but the task before me, that I had time to take, and I could take it and process it and chew it and digest it.
I've heard people say it doesn't give them motivation. I've heard other people say it might help a little bit here and there. For some reason, I feel like I am a little more motivated when I'm
It's meshing with your personality.
on Adderall. Maybe because it's just giving me room to be able to focus on something, and so I get that rewarding experience of sitting down and actually doing what I've been telling myself I'm gonna do. So it creates momentum in that way, but overall it just helps me knock one thing off the list at a time. And so there's been a lot of times within the last 2 months that
I will say that in the 12 years off ADHD medication that I've experienced, the greatest thing that I've done is accept that my weakness in like default settings is planning, organizing, and getting things done. Like, I have a lot of great ideas, I have a lot of great output, I have good problem solving, I can chit chat and that, I can be a real human to other real humans, but sometimes planning and organizing gets the best of me. So what I do is I use the simple stuff, the Pomodoro method. I use an hourglass when I'm working at my desk, and I've gotten obsessive with Obsidian.
some of my best ideas for videos and for other projects happen when I'm not on Adderall. When my mind is just wandering and I'm thinking about things around me or what's going on in my life.
'Cause
And
your
I make
soul
sure
is
to
active.
write those thoughts down, and I make sure to put those things on paper.
So what he's saying here is, like, the idea factory, he wants to be sober because you're a real person, but then the boardroom is off Adderall. The real you is off Adderall, but then the worker bee version of you is on Adderall. I think I see where he's going with
So
this.
when I am on Adderall, I can sit down and actually get to work on those things. And that's not to say that those same experiences don't happen when I am on Adderall.
It's almost like you're your own employee, and the Adderall version is the employee. I haven't seen the show Severance. Maybe that's what that's about. I'll never watch that shit. But the idea is that, like, almost like you're your own employee, and you take the executive position off of Adderall, and then when it's time to become your own servant, you activate the drugs.
Because when I am in my office sitting down to work on a project, I do feel this surge of energy to be able to expound on whatever my idea is. Because my mind isn't going so many different places, I can be more creative with one specific idea. Instead of when I'm off Adderall, I can still be creative, but a lot of the times I'll have an idea, but I'm not really able to go too deep into it because another idea will come, and then I get excited about another thing and another thing and another thing.
Now, one thing he's not addressing is that once you start taking Adderall regularly, Being off Adderall is Adderall withdrawal. Until you go through the long, dark night of the soul that is completing your Adderall withdrawal, it's the off Adderall is actually a signifier of who you are. You know, right now I'm off Adderall, but it's not really, because I'm never going to be back on Adderall. So the off Adderall consciousness he's talking about is a ping-ponging of the consciousness that a ADHD individual who takes Adderall experiences, these two consciousnesses taking their hat off. You're hat racked up, baby.
It helps me in the best creative way possible for when I do have a good idea, I can actually put work into it. The only problem with everything that I just said is that it's a lie.
What was the lie?
I can actually put work into it. The only problem with everything that I just said is that it's a lie.
Based.
I'm just kidding. But it's not all peaches and cream. I definitely have some problems with the medication and the effects that it has on me. Am I significantly more productive now that I'm on medication? Yes. Is that how it is every day? No. Do I feel like...
Okay. Am I significantly more productive now that I don't take medication? I don't know. Is it like that every day? I don't know. Am I a real human being going through genuine struggle and get stronger from everything I go through? Yes. Do I rest assured that the progress I'm making in life is only due to my own effort and not leaning on any pharmaceutical supplementation for who I am? Yes. Do I think it's okay to take drugs? Yes. Have I found a strange serenity in being truly sober? Yes. Anyway, go onward.
Anxious at the end of the day when the medication wears off? No. Yes.
He's
maybe.
Thinking about it. If you're thinking, am I anxious when the medication wears off? It's true. It's like the mask comes off. You know, the quitting medication was so scary because the identity so quickly adapts to being with the medication. So quickly the identity latches onto it. So quickly the new identity becomes one with the Adderall. So when you depart from the Adderall, you do not know who you are anymore. And that is scary.
That's a hard one to answer, to be honest. The main thing that I've noticed with my medication, specifically Adderall, is at the end of the day, a lot of the times I feel this weird layer of anxiety. And a lot of the times when
it's the come on of the withdrawal.
I'm anxious, it's because I'm thinking about a certain thing, or I'm stressed about something coming up, or any of those kind of things. But with this case, I could be thinking about nothing and just still have that layer of anxiety.
Also, his garage is the most Adderall garage I've ever seen. It's like super clean, super organized, super layout. He's built the shelves. He's got a couple of tools. Everything is nicely compact and neat. He's got a couple things on the table in a straight line. He's got some jars for an upcoming project that he's looking forward to. And it's just like when I look at this garage, I feel the certain sense of clean that I felt on Adderall sometimes when I was preparing to do a project, that things are in a good line. I can see everything and there's nothing in the way.
And to be honest, it really sucks and it's uncomfortable, especially after having a day where I feel like I'm getting so much done and I feel like I'm on such a high. The way that Adderall works is it delivers more dopamine to the brain, because with people who have ADHD, we kind of get stuck in the middle. When the dopamine's coming, it moves to us a lot slower. It helps speed up.
We are Legion. We are ADHD. Our dopamine is different.
The process of that and creates more dopamine for us. So we can feel excited about ordinary things the way that most people will do. And that's how we're able to focus. But when that
normal people, us, we need drugs.
Dopamine wears off and you go back to normal, it's kind of like dropping off of a cliff a little bit, where you kind of have a
Yeah, because let's say your dopamine's at 5, you take the Adderall, it's at 11, you get off, you're at 2.
dip of
Worse off
feeling
than
a
you
little anxious or feeling depressed a little bit. And so knowing this, I've been trying to find different ways to combat that, so I don't just finish my workday, sit on the couch, and feel miserable.
I used to combat that with copious amounts of cannabis. Really productive.
So a couple of the things that I've been trying out is playing tennis, walking around outside, working out, and I would say the most effective one for me is being around people. And I don't fully really know why that is, but for me, I've noticed if I...
Adderall is a drug of solitude. You know, in certain social situations, being on Adderall can be fun, but for me, my experience with Adderall, there was always this feeling when I retreated into my solitude where I felt alone at last. And in these moments, when I was alone at last, I felt so in tune with myself and Adderall and what was going on. So I think what he's talking about in the withdrawal is you want to get back with people. You're ready to be social again. Yeah.
I put myself in situations where I'm not thinking about the way I'm feeling. I know that sounds kind of weird, but if I'm not thinking about the way I'm feeling, it doesn't feel like there's anything wrong at all.
I think that's a very Adderall position. Thinking about the way I'm feeling. Not just I'm feeling. Okay, the feelings are there. But now let me go up here and work with them. Think about them. Very cinematic. Homeboy's making a video.
And that kind of leads me to damn it, I was gonna all get that in one take. And that leads me to the main question that I think a lot of people have, and is ADHD medication worth taking? And to try and be as honest as I can, I really don't think there is a right answer for that, because my experience has been different from other people that I've talked to that are on medication as well. I've tried 2 different kinds of Adderall so far. I might have the wrong terms here, but one of them is a long-lasting one. And what that does is it's one pill that you take in the beginning of the
Time released, XR, extended release. Adderall is what he's talking about. It's the one. It's you know, a capsule with little beads in it. And it turns out those beads are made of like fucking microplastics.
day, and it kind of drags out the effects of Adderall throughout the rest of the day. And the other type I think is called a quick release one, and it has more of an immediate...
Quick release is a straight up amphetamine salt. If you get a generic quick release Adderall, it's just an amphetamine salt. It's what the kids in the street call the good stuff. It's you can put it up your nose. Fuck that
effect
shit.
on your body. The drop off of it also happens a lot more suddenly too.
Yeah,
and so the idea
more.
with those ones is if you are taking it in the beginning of the day, you'll most likely take it again once or twice, depending on how long you need it for. But yeah,
Once or twice, how long you need it for. You see, this is the thing. This is the thing. Once or twice, how long you need it for. This is recreational street drug chat. This is, you know, you would never say, like, oh, I feel like I need more of, you know, what, my fucking cholesterol medication. What is crazy to me is just the lingo of the as-neededness of it. However, you know, just to share recipes, my main deal was I would take a Adderall 20 extended release in the morning and then hit that parachute at about 2 or 3 o'clock with 5 or 10 milligrams of Adderall salt.
In between, trying to figure out which one works best on my body and trying to figure out how many milligrams are right for me, and then also what kind of medication has the least amount of side effects. But obviously the real question with that is, do the positives outweigh the negatives? For me personally, yes.
Yeah, dude, positives weighed out the negatives. Here's the thing. Here's why the positives always weigh out the negatives with these medications. The biggest negative is the withdrawal. So you're not going to experience the biggest negative until you and it keeps you in a cycle because you're like, well, that's a pretty big negative. I'm going to go back to the positive. So it's a very 2 months in, brother. You know, it's just 3 years ago. I'm going to open in a new tab to see how you're doing 3 years later. This was 3 years ago. 2 months into Adderall. Medication after 2 years. I think I saw that. I think you... Oh, yeah, I did watch it. And you're like, you're chilling. You're chilling off Adderall. And what are you doing now? And then you left your hometown. Damn, you failed? Medication Q&A. You seem like a cool bro. Ty. I would say like we should chat on a podcast style something, but I don't think you think I'm a cool bro. Probably, I don't know. I'm a weird. You know, if you think I'm a cool bro, we could talk. But if you think I'm being a judgmental med shamer, that's cool too. But I mean, like, I know everything you're saying because I lived it.
They do outweigh the negatives. A, because the anxiety is something that I'm trying to learn how to get better and better, how to cope with it at the end of the day, and different ways to make it feel less strong. But to go back to, I would just say that overall, I just really enjoy being productive.
Yeah.
I like walking to my office, knowing exactly what I'm gonna get done, and doing it. And I know I've said that a million times.
Being productive on Adderall is like orgasmic.
I've said that in past videos, but if I'm going to continue to go forward with the same kind of confidence, and if I'm going to be able to deliver on the same kind of promises to myself and to clients, medication is kind of a necessary thing for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's a filmmaker, and I had a film job. It was this weird little job that I had, but it was consistent and it paid well. And I took Adderall to do that job, and I always delivered really good products, videos for this client. And then I ran out of Adderall, and I remember I made a video for this client, and I remember saying to myself, this video sucks, but it's the best I can do right now. And I remember hitting send on that email, and I remember not but 20 minutes later receiving an email that stated that I was fired, and according to the contracts, I must send all hard drives and materials via FedEx and next day mail. It was a mess, So I totally understand the not wanting to lose your job. All right, let's see the ugly.
Now, I don't want to play light on the negative effects that medication really does have. As I've been more open about me using Adderall and being on ADHD medication, I've had a lot of people reach out to me sharing their experiences, and a lot of them have been really negative, and a lot of them, Adderall or whatever medication they're on isn't the best choice for them. And then also...
Well, see, this is always tricky. When you have someone on medication who gets in contact with someone like me who says, hey, be careful, not the best. They say, well, maybe you just had a negative experience. I said, no, I had a positive experience for a very long time. I'm just warning you about what you're getting into.
So if I'm being completely honest, in those experiences when I am feeling anxious at the end of the day, after it's been a long day and it's getting dark outside and I have nothing left to do, I have this layer of anxiety, it's really hard to feel happy and it's really hard to feel optimistic about, oh, my pizza rolls are done.
I respect this guy's honesty. I respect him being transparent about how nervous he is. And it's almost like at the end of the day, when the day switches to night, a certain feeling comes to him that is a foreshadowing of the potential dark side of Adderall. Pizza.
Hey Google, stop. Ooh. Okay, sorry, I know this has nothing to do with anything I'm talking about, but look how good these turned out. Isn't that great?
Okay, I don't know if those turned out great, but whatever.
It legitimately can be pretty depressing sometimes and feeling like it's hard to connect with my wife Mia too, which really sucks.
Yo, this is a real one, and it's hard to get a study that proves this, that it is harder to connect romantically on Adderall. There, I said it. And, relationships are human, chaotic, and perceptive, and feeling. And if you think about your feelings too much, you won't feel them.
At the end of the day, you want to be able to relax and be with the people that you love and feel like you can leave your workday behind. And so I mention all those things because I really am just trying to be as honest as I can for people who are looking to get medicated for their ADHD. Just so you can see the full picture of it. And who knows, my hope for it is the longer that I'm on it, hopefully those side effects will lessen, or I'll continue to find better ways to approach the effects that it has on me. And if that's my experience then I will, again, continue to share that as I continue to learn and figure this thing out. Overall, I hope this answers any questions that you might have about it, especially if you're sitting on the fence of getting medicated, or you're wondering what other people's experiences are like before you try it out. Yeah, I hope this is helpful. It's definitely worth looking into if you're...
All right, now I'm gonna pause this one and see, you know what I love about this, 27 years old and starting over? Ty is saying, I'm done making ADHD content. Hell yeah, Ty. Moving on from ADHD content.
I'm about to do something very scary. It's something that I've known that I've wanted to do for a long time, for a couple years now.
I love the cat.
And I have made excuses for why it's not the right time. I've pushed it off.
All right, I'm not going to watch this video, but I'm happy that he left his town. And, cool. Okay, so let's take a look at his videos. Yeah, so he kind of stopped making ADHD content 3 years ago. How he did really poorly in 2021. Me too, but I didn't make a video about it. So he did Adderall 2 months and then never talked about Adderall. He did another Adderall video. He did Adderall content 3 years ago, a lot. I found out I have ADHD. He kind of started with like, I found out I have ADHD, and then, yeah, kind of just cool. Okay, I like this guy. But what happened after 2 years?
It's been 2 years, and I'm back to report that I'm taking 900 milligrams of Adderall a day. Quick release, too. So,
He's kidding.
Things are going well. Yeah, things are going well. Yeah. Things are going well. None of that's true. And I have to be specific about that because I've been getting so many comments on a past video I made where I started the video by saying ever since starting meds that I lost my family, got addicted, and lost everything in my life, which is very true, which is not true. That's not true. But anyways, I'm back. I'm here to give a little update. So to go back in time from the very last video that I made, at the time, I think I had just switched to Viveance, which for those of you who don't know is another ADHD medication.
Another
I was
amphetamine.
on Adderall for the longest time. I think
Viveance is another amphetamine.
that's what most of the reporting of my channel I was doing on. I was on Adderall, trying different forms of it. And I ended up finding a medication called Viveance. And Viveance is very similar to Adderall, except for the side effects I found, at least for me, were much less strong.
So the difference between Viveance and Adderall, to put it in layman's terms, is Adderall just straight to the bloodstream, straight, let's go. And Viveance is processed in the stomach, in the gut, in the GI tract, in your through your digestion. So it has a slower integration into your system.
Which was really great. Around that time, I got a job at a production company. For those of you who don't know, I'm a filmmaker. I write.
Filmmakers do drugs like this all the time.
Write and direct commercials, do narrative things. I just finished up a short film this last year and got it submitted to festivals, which I'm really stoked about, and probably I'll talk some more about on this channel going forward. And so
he doesn't.
So I was on Viveance for a year until.
But the dude's killing it. He's a real filmmaker. He's not in a wig talking about drugs in his attic. So who am I to say anything?
I switched jobs and got a job at another production company called Film Lab. And I worked at Film Lab for about a year and just left about 6 months ago to work at a new place called Chirp, where I do all their in-house video. When I started working at Film Lab a year and a half ago, I was still on Viveance. Because the office space at Film Lab is an open office, it's an open workspace where there's no cubicles, there's really no walls. Everybody who works there is working in the same room and is collaborating all the time. I decided to stop taking my medication just to see how it would go. And surprisingly enough, it went really good.
Yeah, man. So this is something I found too, to relate his experience to mine. A key part of getting off medication was if you couldn't do the job, get a new job. Figure out where you fit and stop. You take the medication to fit into places you don't belong. And you might do that your entire life. But if you figure out where you belong without medications, you don't need them.
And I stopped feeling like I needed to take medication. And I think that was for a couple reasons. The first reason is because it was such a collaborative space, I got enough mental stimulation from talking to people and being able to work consistently, where I wasn't just sitting by myself with my headphones on all the time.
He's also he's grown up.
Where it felt like there was room for my mind to trail. There was a lot of social interaction and that kept me busy, and so it got me motivated enough in the times that I needed to put my head down and work. There was a balance, more than maybe there usually was in the past. And another reason for it is I think because I was on medication for so long, it had taught me all these new habits and all these new patterns of working and of behaving and learning how to schedule and control my day, that it gave.
This is fair enough. That I think the medications, at a certain time that you take the medications, you can kind of develop habits and systems that can carry over in your unmedicated work life. It sounds like he didn't have a transitional, a shitty withdrawal. It sounded like it was pretty smooth.
Gave me this new confidence that I'd never had before taking
He
medication.
only took it for a couple years. I think a lot of people can go in for a couple years and hop right out. But it's the big old messy guys like me who've been take it since childhood to adulthood that have the brutal withdrawals.
Where I felt like a much more functioning adult, and I knew what it felt like to focus throughout the entirety of a day. And so it was kind of the combination of those two things that created a setting that I didn't need to take medication, and that I felt like I could get throughout the whole day without it. And that leads me to today. Having ADHD is such an evolving thing where you're constantly trying to figure out the things that are working for you and the things that aren't working for you, and how to...
How is that different from living without ADHD, though? That's my question. Figuring out the things that work for you and figuring out the things that don't work for you. Aren't we all doing that constantly? Aren't we all figuring out life constantly, with or without ADHD? Isn't that just life, bro?
Adjust and be your most happiest, productive, well-managed, and just clear-headed kind of dude. And so for me now, it's been interesting being off of medication. I think I've been off of medication for about a year now. And the cons of it are I am probably less consistently focused than if I...
Yeah, man. I've said it so many times, and I'll say it again. I'm writing a whole book on it. That being on ADHD medication is like being on a motorboat. Being off medication is like being on a sailboat. Some days, some days, not that.
I was taking medication every day, but the pros is have a little bit more longevity throughout the day. I feel like I'm more sociable, and I feel just a little bit...
Yeah, like they said, longevity, because I noticed that it's like with the medications, you kind of have peaks and valleys, where you're working, you crank that sumbitch to 11 and you just work until 4 o'clock, and then you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And then off medications, you're just like, yeah, I just was at 6 or 7, but all day. I can go into the night if I have to.
More in control of what I'm doing. But I would say that I'm definitely not as singularly productive as I am taking medications every single day. And that's been a decision that I've kind of just played by ear and played how I'm feeling. And my channel has been so interesting going through and reading the comments, because over the last year, the comments have either been medication is so dangerous, it's gonna completely fuck with you and ruin your life, or it's gonna be the most life-changing thing, it's gonna fix you. And this is something that I'm also just as guilty to, which is when I was making this channel initially and I was trying meds for the first time, and it felt like this really exciting thing that I could finally unlock all these new possibilities for my life and my brain, and real discovery for it, that I was like, this is the answer, this is gonna fix everything. And with that came a lot of drawbacks, but also with it came a lot of newfound knowledge and excitement and power and confidence that I would never do any differently. I'm really happy with the way that my experience has panned out until now. But
So homeboy, this dude has had a nice experience with medication, but I think like 2 years is probably a stable, you can do a drug for 2 years.
I think everybody wants me to give an answer, give a statement of being like, guys, it's been a year and a half, don't do medications. I'm off it now. I see how harmful they were, and that's that. Or people want me to be on the side of pro medication, everyone should take it, it's life-changing. The least you could do is try it. And to be completely honest, I'm very much in neither of those camps. When you have ADHD, there's not one way to figure yourself out and to get where you need to go. And that's a harder place to be because people want definitive answers, but I think the truth is always somewhere in the middle. And so
This is true. And I've been guilty of leaning too far into the non-camp, for sure, because it was such a profound experience for me to get off medications that I identified myself with the anti-medication crowd. And then it puts me in a certain category of all kinds of things. But the thing is, I did have a really nasty experience with medication, but a lot of it comes from a deep-seated jealousy that I can't continue to take them under any circumstance. I simply can't. But there was a certain part of me on medication that I did really, I guess, enjoy them, Yeah, I mean, I felt great most of the time on them, and I look back on this certain feeling, this certain energy, this certain movement and kinesis that I just carried with me, that I identified with and people identified with me, and it was special and it was fun, and I did feel all those positives, and it's just because I had such a difficult time getting off them that's really what I say. So I'm not really anti-medication. I'm just forewarning withdrawal, man, you know? And I mean, I'm pretty guilty of being anti-medication. But I think, if you read my book, Hocus Focus, Coming of Age with ADD and Its Medicines, you'll see a much more diplomatic approach where I'm honest about my experience. And seriously, I'm not a good writer. I'm a good writer. I'm a damn good writer. And the thing that breaks my heart about this book is that a lot of people think it's just some kind of manifesto against the pharmaceutical industry, but it's a piece of literary nonfiction, and I just really wish it would get read by people who like me and don't like me. And I wish someone would spend 15 minutes writing me a 1-star review that's from the heart and tell me what's wrong with it. I wish, so badly, I wish this was part of a dialogue. I spent 10 years on a book. Anyways, onward.
If you're someone who's been following this channel and who's been watching this and been waiting for an update and are looking for some clarity or looking for an answer on my update, the advice that I would give is everyone's different, and you got to trust yourself and follow your intuition and really find what's best for you. Maybe medication is the best thing for you. I
think I have a hard time with this kind of fence sitting. I mean, it's admirable, it's likable. No one's gonna criticize him for this fence sitting, except maybe I will a little bit, because it's so safe. I've put myself out there. I've stuck my neck out, and it leads it for cutting. By being someone who says that ADHD medications are overprescribed, overused, and leaned on too much, you put yourself up for, you put a neurodivergent target on your back as an ableist or a med shamer. And I've done this, and it hasn't worked out for me. I mean, Ty's got a big following. A lot of people interact with him, I think probably because he's a chill guy. And the way I've approached ADHD medication has been really sort of ruthless and unforgiving, and saying that, like almost portraying the amphetamine as if it's some kind of evil monster that tricks people into following it down the cavern. It lures them in. I swear to you right now, I'm working on a video that compares Adderall to Faust. That says it's a Faustian deal. And honestly, that's how I feel. And if you want to take I could still have the same diplomacy that Ty is exhibiting here. I could say, Adderall is a Faustian bargain. And if you want to take a Faustian bargain, hey man, that's cool. No shade on you if you want to take that Faustian deal and sell your soul. It's cool. Do what you want.
Friends who got diagnosed around the same time that I did, who are still taking medication, and it's been incredibly positive for their life. And I've had another friend of mine who also got diagnosed at the same time, who stopped taking meds before I did because he didn't like it, and he didn't like what it was doing to him. So it's
yeah, I mean, it could still be Faustian, right? You could still be like, yo, I had a bro, he sold a Mephisto, and he's got things are going great for him at work. He's super famous. He's doing very rich. Things are going well. That's sort of the third layer I'm trying to get at is the spiritual side effects of Adderall,
really just figuring it out. And I would say the number one piece of advice I could give is to just be compassionate with yourself. Nothing has made me more clear-headed and more productive than when I'm having a day where I'm unfocused and where I can't seem to get anything done. Recognizing that I do have ADHD, sometimes I'm gonna have days like this. That doesn't mean this feeling is permanent or that I'm never gonna be productive again. It just means that, I don't know, maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. Maybe I didn't get in a good morning routine. Maybe something personally was going on that's been on my mind and has made my ADHD.
Yeah, he's super self-reflective and analytical, but yeah, you should, I agree with Ty, be compassionate. Love yourself, listen to yourself, forgive yourself, be there for yourself, and give yourself the kind of love you would give to yourself if you were your own caretaker. Love yourself. and being your own caretaker can take work.
ADHD feel like cement and that it feels impossible, and that's perfectly okay. I think the idea is to just keep trying and really figure out what it is for you, and know that there's always going to be something that works for you, and that thing doesn't have to be the thing that works for everyone else. And for me, that's a really exciting place to be. And on another note, I have really missed making videos on this channel. I've taken a hiatus, as you know, and I'm back at the point where I'm excited to get more involved again. This is something that's, as I've been working through so.
Yeah, I mean, this is me and Ty have in common. I'm always like, oh, it's time for the channel. Yeah, this time the channel. I started this channel like 6 or 7 years ago, and I wanted to make $1, and I still haven't made enough to make $1. I still am unmonetized. But I know this feeling. Maybe this is ADHD, is thinking I will have a YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel will grow.
Many things the last year and a half. I feel like I have more thoughts.
But Ty makes videos for a living. He's cool.
Lots of more things to say. And so going forward, I'm going to be posting videos about things that I do now being off medications to continue to be productive, my routines, how that's constantly changing, and just other ways how I'm adapting along the way. And it's been really exciting. But mostly, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been following along. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting me. And I appreciate everyone who's been staying curious with me along the way. And I'm very interested to keep going and see where this takes us.
Wow. This guy is so slick. He's so nice, you know? I kind of envy that. I feel like he's really, like, nice about ADHD medication, and I'm really brutal. And I feel that I don't know how to be supportive of people who are taking medications. I want to be. But I see so much of myself in people on medications as a part of myself that maybe I don't have enough compassion for. Maybe I burned all those notebooks. I burned that guy. I saw it as darkness. I saw it as a twisted perspective that I had on ADHD medications. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm comparing ADHD medications to deals with the devil. So it's hard for me to be as compassionate as Ty. Yeah, he's making ADHD content. I make ADHD content, but I'm trapped in a subversive kind of meta-analysis of everything. Maybe that's my ADHD right here, ADHD. Okay, so this video has been long. Ty, if you see this, I think you're a really cool guy. And if any of this came off as like judgmental, know that the judgment was just, pointing 3 fingers at myself while I'm pointing one at you. And that I think you're really cool, and I think your video work is cool. And that if you want to have an actual conversation with me, I would actually really enjoy that. I think I could have a lot to learn from you about how to be so chill about medication, because I'm so intense about it, and my videos are crazy. But I'm doing this deep dive into the phenomenon of ADHD influencers. I did a video on Jessica McCabe, might do another. And I really just was going to do that one video, but I did a second video, and it was cool to see Ty in the beginning of the medication and see Ty in the end of the medication journey. And I see that you're leaving your hometown. I'll probably watch that video and let it play out in my car tomorrow. I don't watch, I just listen to YouTube in the car. But anyways, cheers, man. Thanks for letting me react to this video. If you don't like the things I said, that's okay. But if you want to get on YouTube on my channel and have a conversation with me about medication, if you want to read my book about medication, this is an invitation to do it. I'm just making videos. All right. Peace and love, bros.